Yo, what's up guys, Rackals here. Welcome back to another Quakecraft video. It's been a hot minute since I've said that, I'm not gonna lie, that feels weird. So a little bit ago, I actually hit network level 300 on Hypixel, and as a reward, I get literally nothing from that. But I wanted to make a video about it anyways, because for one thing, I do still think it's like kinda cool that I hit it without, you know, using any like boosters or anything. At the end of the day, I'm kind of just flexing like the amount of time that I've wasted on this server, but hey, it's still cool, no? Aside from that, like you literally get nothing from hitting anything beyond level 250, and for 250 I got the dark black plus for the MVP plus rank, and I don't even use that, yo. Yeah, I just use the default rank color whenever I'm not plus plus, just because I think that the black plus, like with the aqua rank, doesn't look very good at all. I mean, I don't know, you know, no offense to anybody who uses it, it just doesn't look good unless it's with the gold, you know, that black and gold. What can I say? Kind of fire. Anyways, the other reason I wanted to make this video was because the last video, the hitting network level 250 video, kinda low-key popped off for like zero reason whatsoever. For the first like year after it came out, it was the top search result when you searched Quakecraft into YouTube. YouTube legitimately trolled by making that just come up first for anybody who searched Quakecraft, because that was like not even a particularly good video. But yeah, we're running it back. Obviously last time, aside from hitting 250, I talked about like my Hypixel history. So today I'm going to be talking about my Quakecraft history. And so the earliest memories that I ever have of playing Quakecraft was because one of my friends who I knew, obviously not from the game, I knew him through other friends. His name was Bryce Bam. He used to play Quakecraft a lot. I think he has like about 100k or 200k. He doesn't play anymore, but back years and years ago, he used to play, and because he was on my friends list, I just sort of remember checking my friends list, seeing him in Quake and being like, oh, maybe I'll play a game or two. And that would have been probably 2016, maybe early 2017. And so that would have been probably less than like 100 kills, like literally 3, maybe 4 games. So it wasn't until a few years later at the very end of 2019 that I actually really got interested in the game. And there were two sort of main reasons for this. The first one was because of a YouTuber who I'm subscribed to called CrabManJones, aka CMJ. He's like a super old school Hypixel YouTuber, and he just kind of randomly released like 1 or 2 Quake videos. And so I remember watching those videos and being like, oh man, he makes it look really fun. This game looks pretty awesome, honestly. I feel like I should check it out sometime. And then I didn't, because that's honestly just what sort of happens, where I'll see a video and be like, oh, that looks cool, and then never check it out. But then a couple weeks later, just sort of randomly so happened that I was in a party with a few of my friends. It was run by my one friend, Ali the Tomato. She ended up warping us into Quakecraft, and I was like, oh, this is that game that I just saw CMJ playing, and he made it look super fun. And yeah, I mean, it was fun. So yeah, the very end of 2019, I'm gonna say like September-ish or somewhere around there, I was actually pretty decent at the game, just starting off, which was very nice because this is a game that can actually be really hard to get into. Yeah, if anybody watching this is like, man, this game looks so fun, I should get into it. First of all, true, you should definitely get into it. Second of all, just prepare to lose all the time before you actually like start getting good at the game. It's very tough to get into at the very start, but you know, the more you play good players, the better you will get, and it will only be a matter of time if you stick with it until you're actually able to become one of those players that you initially hated playing against. It's crazy how that happens. So anyways, end of 2019 I started, and then basically COVID hit like right after that, and it was sort of a slightly unfortunate time for COVID to hit. Not that there's really any good time for COVID to happen, but for me in particular, it was just not a great time. And that is because I had just finished my first year of university. Well, actually, I guess it hit like right at the tail end of university. And so before the year ended, I already knew that I wanted to take a year off, so I hadn't registered for anything. And then COVID hit, so then I had the year off of school, and I just could not get a job for the life of me because nowhere would ever hire people. In fact, they were literally firing everybody because they didn't want actual human workers to be there and that sort of thing. So basically for like most of 2020, I ended up in a situation where I wasn't in school, and also like I could not get a consistent job. So I played a lot in 2020. At the very start of the year, like in January, I had, I'm gonna say about 60k kills or so, and then I hit 100k, I believe around February, not long before the first Quakecraft tournament. I ended up actually in that tournament finishing 24th, if I remember correctly, and the most notable thing about that position is it was exactly 1 point in front of the legend himself, Technoblade. That brought a pretty big smile to my face, to say the least. Anyways, by the end of the year, I actually had about 700k, so I got a little bit over 600,000 kills in the year of 2020. which is a lot, obviously. So that's kind of crazy to think about. 2021, I did not play quite as much. I believe I still ended up getting about 300,000 kills that year, which, yeah, that would add up because I got 1 million kills in December, as a lot of you guys may know. I made a couple of videos on that. That was a super fun experience. The day that I hit 1 million was like so awesome because of the amount of people who showed up. And after I hit it, I still remember going into the lobby and it being like completely full. And it's not often that you see a classic games lobby that's completely full, but there's just so many people. It was a super awesome time. And so about a week after that, the second Quake tourney happened. I ended up getting 4th, but I will be giving both the tournaments like their own video, so be sure to subscribe for that. And after that tournament was done, I basically quit the game. Again, I've already kind of made videos on this, but I did leave the game. I didn't play at all just about until about 6 months later when I lost 1 million kills to the glitch. And so even after basically starting to play again, I have not played like nearly as much. In the entire year of 2021, I only got about 30,000 kills, which is literally 10 times less than the year prior. I guess that would be what, 20 times less than the year before the year prior. I do still absolutely love the game. Like I said, I don't play it nearly as much as I did, but that's more just because I mean, I've been back in school for a while now, back in university, and B, I also do have a job at the same time. So I went from being jobless and schoolless to having both at the same time, which obviously does take up quite a bit of my spare time. And as a lot of you may know, I've complained about this before, my PC kinda is absolute dog water. I'm not gonna list off all the specs, but for my graphics card, I have a GTX 750 Ti, and for my processor, I have an Intel Core i3. So I actually don't know like that much about computers, but I do know enough to know that mine is just like extremely outdated. I mean, I have had it since like 2015. It's kind of just sitting on the floor, like right in front of the heat vent collecting dust, which is probably terrible for it. Anyways, I'm kind of rambling. So that's pretty much all the sort of major parts of my Quakecraft history, I would say. If you did enjoy, please be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that juicy goodness. I don't know why I just called it juicy goodness. I think that might be the first time that those words have ever come out of my mouth. Yeah, goodbye.